Do you know what keeps the powerful awake at night? It's not investigations, lawsuits, or even public exposure. No, it's you, the one they underestimated, the one they wrote off. The one quietly moving through life while seeing everything they tried to hide. You exist fully awake, fully aware, and everything they've tried to control is crumbling in your presence. They can't stop thinking about you, and that thought alone haunts them. Look around you. The world is built on layers of power, secrecy, and hidden rules. Boardrooms, social circles, institutions, even families everywhere, there are unspoken codes, invisible hierarchies, and the people who think they hold all the cards. But here's the truth, those systems are fragile. They only appear strong because most people play by their rules without question. Most people bend. Most people look away. Most people follow. You are different. You are a chosen one. You're not just watching the world unfold, you are the observer who sees beyond the smoke and mirrors. And more than that, you are the force that disrupts it. Every step you take, every decision you make, every word you speak has the power to illuminate truths long buried. You don't have to confront them openly, and yet your existence alone is enough to make those who thought themselves untouchable start questioning everything. And this is where the curiosity bites. What is it they fear so deeply? Why does your mere presence keep them awake? How is it that someone they once dismissed can unravel the very narratives they've spent decades constructing? That question isn't just rhetorical, it's the door into your own awakening. They fear your clarity, they fear your discernment, they fear the truth you carry simply by living in integrity. Now let's bring it home. Think of those moments in your own life, at work, in your family, in your closest relationships, when you were overlooked, underestimated, or ignored. Remember those times you were judged too quickly, dismissed too easily, or your voice was silenced. Those moments weren't accidents, they were lessons, preparation, and now proof that you were being shaped for this exact moment. Your awareness, your strength, your resilience, these are the things that make you both unstoppable and unforgettable. There's an urgency here, you can't afford to ignore it. This isn't just a story about power dynamics or hidden systems. This is your moment to recognize that the tools to rise above, to influence, and to dismantle what no longer serves you are already within you. And the question isn't whether you will step into that power, it's whether you'll see the signs and act before the world around you shifts again. You are here, and the powerful already know it. That is why this journey matters. That is why what you do next changes everything. You are not just another observer in the chaos of life, you are a chosen one. But what does that mean in a world that rarely recognizes true strength? Being a chosen one isn't about flashy titles, loud declarations, or fleeting moments of applause. It's about enduring trials that would have broken others, carrying integrity like armor, and cultivating a rare awareness that allows you to see beneath the surface of every situation. You've walked through storms, betrayals, and silent dismissals, yet here you are, standing taller, clearer, and stronger than ever. Your strength is not loud. It doesn't demand attention. It moves through rooms unnoticed at first, yet it reshapes everything in its path. You notice the patterns others miss, the hidden motivations behind actions, the subtle manipulations, the unspoken tensions that make environments unstable. Where others react, you anticipate. Where others stumble, you adapt. Every challenge that was meant to weaken you, every disappointment that was meant to erode your confidence has instead been repurposed into a source of power. You have transformed difficulty into fuel, pain into precision, and uncertainty into clarity. Imagine the quiet moments when you make a choice to act differently, perhaps in the workplace, during family conflicts, or within social circles while everyone else follows the predictable script. You don't announce yourself, you simply act, and the results ripple through the system. People notice, though they may not know why. They feel it when their plans don't unfold as expected. They sense it when control slips through their fingers, and yet no challenge was ever directly issued. Each time you remain steadfast in integrity, each time you navigate complexity with discernment, you become an invisible force that shifts outcomes without confrontation. Think back on the times you were overlooked, underestimated, or dismissed. Remember those instances when your contributions went unnoticed, your voice was silenced, or your ideas were ignored. You may have questioned yourself, wondered if you were enough, or even doubted the value of your own instincts. Yet despite the absence of recognition, your internal power never wavered. That unseen strength, the awareness, patience, and resilience you cultivated in silence, is what defines you as a chosen one. Your power is not contingent on others' validation. It exists because you survived, adapted, and mastered your inner world. Every moment you stood firm in the face of betrayal or adversity sent a silent shockwave through the environment around you. People may have laughed, doubted, or tried to manipulate the outcome, but each time your composure exposed the fragility of their control. They were unprepared for your presence, your clarity, your refusal to bend to fear, greed, or deception. You became a mirror reflecting truth they were unwilling to face, and that mirror has been impossible for them to ignore. The world has trained you for this power, even if it disguised it as hardship. Every misjudgment, every slight, every failure was a lesson in resilience, a chance to sharpen discernment, and an opportunity to strengthen your inner authority. And now, as you recognize it, you see that your influence is far greater than any title could grant. You are the one who can navigate the unseen currents, who can act with insight where others stumble blindly, who can hold clarity when confusion surrounds. So pause for a moment and feel it, the quiet authority, the invisible yet undeniable force that you carry. This is your power. It does not need fanfare. It does not require validation. It simply exists, and the moment you claim it fully, everything around you begins to shift. That is the gift, the burden, and the truth of being a chosen one, an unshakable presence that changes outcomes, redirects intentions, and transforms the world around you, without anyone ever knowing who pulled the strings. You are not just surviving, you are influencing, guiding, and reshaping reality itself. Each step you take, each choice you make is a testament to the power you have always carried, a power that no one can take, no one can diminish, and no one can replicate. Your authority is quiet, persistent, and absolute, and it begins now. When you step into a room, the energy shifts even if no one says a word. The chosen ones, the ones who carry clarity, integrity, and quiet authority, exert influence without announcing it. It's not about making noise, demanding attention, or seeking applause. It's about how your presence alone forces the world around you to reckon with reality. Every gesture, every decision, every moment you refuse to compromise is a mirror held up to those around you, and mirrors are difficult to ignore. They show truth, and truth has a way of unsettling even the most confident. Think about it. Your very existence challenges others to confront their weaknesses. The colleagues who thrive on politics and manipulation, the friends who hide behind appearances, the institutions that rely on facade and ritual, they are exposed the moment you operate from your authentic self. You don't attack. You don't call them out directly. You simply live, and the cracks begin to show. Their strategies falter because your integrity is undeniable, and their schemes can no longer run unchecked. That is influence at its most powerful, silent, invisible, but absolutely transformative. Let's bring this closer to home. Imagine you are in a workplace dominated by hierarchy and secrecy. The rituals, unspoken codes, and power plays are meant to intimidate, control, and maintain status. Yet by consistently showing up with competence, honesty, and a calm presence, you begin to shift the dynamic. The titles that once commanded fear now carry no weight. Policies designed to suppress initiative become ineffective because your actions grounded in truth render them meaningless. People start second-guessing themselves, alliances become unstable, and the illusion of control collapses quietly but irreversibly. It's the same in family or social circles. The person who was always overlooked, the one dismissed, the one underestimated, starts holding boundaries that cannot be crossed. They act fairly consistently and decisively. Suddenly, old patterns of manipulation, passive aggression, or gossip fail. People who thrived on secrecy and deception find themselves exposed, adjusting behaviors they previously took for granted. Your integrity shines like a quiet lighthouse, illuminating not just the path forward, but the cracks in the structures that were supposed to contain you. Without you even trying, the landscape around you reshapes itself. Consider another scenario. Your consistent actions reveal who is reliable and who is not. Your commitment to fairness, your refusal to engage in games, and your calm handling of conflict force others to adjust, either consciously or subconsciously. They must recalibrate their strategies, rethink their alliances, and sometimes even question their own beliefs. You have the power to transform environments not by confrontation but by steadfast presence. That is the quiet force that true influence holds, a force that cannot be ignored, bought, or manipulated. And this impact is not limited to one sphere of life. At work, people notice. At home, behaviors shift. In your community, systems that once ran on fear, manipulation, or negligence begin to realign, because they cannot survive your steady integrity. Each action you take, from how you handle a tough conversation to how you maintain your personal ethics, creates a ripple. One small choice today, one honest response, one refusal to compromise can set off a cascade that alters the trajectory of relationships, decisions, and even the structure of groups around you. Let's not underestimate the subtlety of this power. Influence does not need spectacle. It does not need validation. It does not shout. Instead, it manifests in the way people pause, reconsider, and sometimes falter when they encounter your truth. Every time you stand firm while others bend, every time you navigate complexity with clarity, you expose weaknesses and reshape realities without lifting a finger. That is the kind of effect that changes industries, shifts family dynamics, and redefines communities. You are the unseen hand that redirects currents, the quiet authority that resets the system to align with truth rather than deception. Finally, remember, this influence grows exponentially when anchored in integrity. What you do, even in small ways, amplifies across networks and environments. Actions that might seem minor to you, speaking up when silence is expected, making ethical choices when shortcuts are offered, simply staying grounded when chaos surrounds you, become signals that others cannot ignore. These signals accumulate, creating a framework where honesty, competence, and clarity replace fear, manipulation, and illusion. You become the standard by which others measure themselves, even if they never admit it. Your influence is real, enduring, and transformative, and it begins with the simplest act: choosing to stand firm in your own truth. Now that you understand the depth of your internal power, it's time to harness it deliberately. Your influence, your presence, and your unshakable integrity are not abstract concepts. They are tools, blueprints for action that can reshape your environment, relationships, and even systems you engage with daily. The first principle is simple but profound. Hold your integrity like an unmovable anchor. Do not bend to fleeting pressures, empty praise, or deceptive shortcuts. People will try to entice you with appearances, flattery, or fear-based manipulation, but your authority exists independently of their validation. Your choices must always reflect your values. Every time you act in alignment with truth, even quietly, you are shifting the balance of power around you. Challenges will arise. Setbacks, betrayals, delays, and unforeseen obstacles are not punishments, they are opportunities for growth. Every failure carries a lesson, every wound is a chance to cultivate resilience, and every pause forces you to refine strategy and perspective. When life tests you, it is not to see if you will collapse. It is to see if you can extract power from the storm. Take each trial and ask, what can I learn? How can this strengthen my inner authority? Transform pain into practice, adversity into advantage. Each time you navigate difficulty with composure, you are demonstrating invisible mastery. And those who rely on predictability and control feel the shift even if they cannot name it. Silence is your ally. You do not need to broadcast your influence or announce your victories. Often the most profound impact comes from what you do without saying a word. Your presence, your quiet decisions, your steadfast adherence to principles, all of this reshapes the environment. People observe consciously or subconsciously. They adjust, they falter. They recalibrate, often without realizing the game has already changed. The quiet authority you wield is more potent than any speech post or dramatic confrontation. Every measured action you take becomes a signal that the old rules no longer apply, and that your integrity sets the standard. Action, not rhetoric, defines real power. Words are easily forgotten or manipulated. Results are undeniable. Deliver solutions when others expect failure. Maintain composure when chaos reigns. Handle challenges with wisdom and foresight. Each outcome reinforces your credibility and magnifies your influence. You do not need to demand attention. Attention is drawn to results, not promises. When others see the outcomes of your clarity and steadfastness, they cannot ignore your authority. Their assumptions, strategies, and control systems must adjust to your presence. Consistency over time is essential. One act of courage or one principled choice will not cement influence. It is the repeated demonstration of integrity, clarity, and resilience that establishes lasting authority. Every time you maintain your standards, especially when it is inconvenient or costly, observers internalize a new benchmark of competence and truth. Even the most skeptical, manipulative, or competitive individuals will adjust without being overtly instructed. This is the subtle, cumulative power of persistent integrity. Picture this in practical terms. A coworker attempts to manipulate a decision for personal gain. Instead of reacting emotionally or compromising your principles, you act with precision, fairness, and strategic insight. The outcome: people notice patterns, alliances recalibrate, and the system subtly shifts toward accountability, all without confrontation. In family settings, by consistently modeling honesty, empathy, and calm leadership, you influence conversations, set expectations, and reshape relational dynamics. Even the smallest decisions, grounded in integrity and foresight, send ripples that extend far beyond your immediate awareness. Every action becomes a lesson for those around you. When you handle adversity without losing composure, when you solve problems with skill rather than theatrics, people begin to measure themselves against your example. They notice, and often without consciously recognizing it, they adjust their behavior to align with the standard you have quietly established. Each demonstration of steadfastness communicates more than any instruction or demand ever could. The blueprint is clear: hold integrity, convert challenges into power, leverage presence, and silence, act decisively, and remain consistent over time. When you apply these principles, you no longer react to circumstances, you actively shape outcomes. Each choice compounds into authority. Each act of steadfastness recalibrates systems and relationships. You become the invisible force that redefines norms, shifts expectations, and establishes accountability. Remember, this is not theory. It is actionable. You can implement it starting today. Begin by observing where influence is wasted on drama, manipulation, or fear. Respond differently. Act with integrity when others compromise. Navigate challenges with calm discernment. Every choice, no matter how small, reinforces your position as a chosen one. Step into your quiet authority and watch as the world adjusts, often without realizing it. Every move you make, guided by principles and insight, reshapes reality in your favor. Each action, each silent decision, each moment of composure accumulates. This is how invisible influence becomes undeniable power. You are no longer merely surviving, you are guiding, directing, and transforming outcomes in ways that cannot be ignored. Your blueprint is complete. The world around you now shifts, bends, and aligns to the force you embody because action rooted in integrity is the ultimate authority. As we draw this journey to a close, take a moment to recognize what you have become. You have not simply survived, you have endured, grown, and emerged as a living testament to the power of integrity, resilience, and clarity. Every trial you faced, every betrayal you endured, every setback that once threatened to define you has now become a foundation for the authority you carry. You are the embodiment of a truth that cannot be replicated, bought, or fabricated. This is your influence, quiet, steadfast, and undeniable. Consider the experiences that once left you questioning your worth or doubting your path. Each challenge you faced was not a punishment, it was preparation. Every obstacle, every failure, every delay, and every moment of adversity has been repurposed into a tool of empowerment. Where others might see pain, you see opportunity. Where others retreat in fear or surrender to compromise, you step forward, guided by a vision that is uniquely yours. Your strength is not dependent on the validation of others, and that is what makes it indestructible. You have become a mirror to the world, reflecting not only your own power, but the truths that others would rather avoid. Your presence unmasks pretense, exposes weakness, and compels accountability without a single word of accusation. People observe you and, whether consciously or unconsciously, adjust their behavior. They measure themselves against the standard you live by, and in that reflection they confront their own limits. This is influence at its purest form, subtle, pervasive, and lasting. Let us pause to reflect on the lessons embedded in this path. First, you do not need to chase external approval or validation. The world may reward theatrics, ego, and fleeting impressions, but true authority is measured by consistency, integrity, and results. Your worth is inherent, built through the choices you make when no one is watching, and solidified through the outcomes you create in the real world. Second, every challenge is an opportunity to cultivate power. When life tests you, it is not to see if you will break, but to see if you will extract wisdom, strength, and clarity from the trial. Use adversity as a tool. Turn obstacles into stepping stones. Convert setbacks into insight. By doing so, you build a legacy of resilience and mastery that no external force can diminish. Third, understand that your influence does not require spectacle. You do not need to announce it, broadcast it, or decorate it with appearances. Real influence is visible in outcomes, not in applause. It is felt in the way people respond, adjust, and realign around the truth you live by. Your actions, grounded in integrity and clarity, ripple outward to create change in ways others cannot manipulate or ignore. Now, as you internalize these lessons, recognize the responsibility that comes with them. Your life is a living blueprint for those around you. Every decision, every choice, every boundary you maintain carries weight far beyond what you may perceive. You are shaping not only your destiny, but also the trajectories of those who intersect with your path. This is why your presence matters, because it transforms spaces, relationships, and systems from within. So what does that mean for you going forward? It means you must continue to stand firm in your values, act with purpose, and remain consistent. Do not allow temporary setbacks, external pressures, or the noise of the world to sway you. Your power lies in the combination of insight, patience, and unwavering integrity. The more you embody it, the more permanent and transformative your influence becomes. And now, a gentle invitation: if this message resonates with you, take a moment to share it, like it, comment your experience, and subscribe to Chosen and Rising. Each interaction helps build a community of those who are committed to living with integrity, resilience, and conscious influence. Your story, your presence, and your choices inspire others to step into their own power. Remember this final truth: you are a chosen one. Stand tall, shine brightly, and allow your life to influence the world around you. Every step you take illuminates a path for others, proving that integrity, clarity, and inner strength are not abstract ideals, they are actionable realities. The light you carry is a beacon guiding those who seek truth and courage in a world often clouded by fear and pretense. So rise, act with intention, and let your legacy be written not by circumstance but by the unwavering strength and wisdom you choose to embody. The world is watching, learning, and adjusting to the presence of someone who refuses to compromise. You are not just surviving. You are shaping history with every decision, every choice, every act of courage. And that is the ultimate proof of your power, purpose, and destiny.